Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenleasesc, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the MISC Freelancer. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, welcome back to another review. Today, the Freelancer. This is the base variant of this ship. Now, it is a very capable craft, and it's just depending on what you want to do is kind of where you're going to, sit with this ship. It's got quite a few competitors as well, from the Cutlass Black, the C1 Spirit, and some even compare it to the Zeus, more or less the Zeus ES, because the CL is a bit, more capable when it comes to cargo. But this ship is definitely able to do quite a bit. So, starting off, I haven't reviewed this ship in a long time. It's been over a year, so stats have definitely changed. I'm going to go ahead and go over that. All the stats that are presented to you right now are 4.0 and 3.2, 4.3 stats. So, getting into that, this ship is $110 if you were to buy it on the Pledge Store, or if you buy it in-game, it is 3,118,500 aUEC. Now, the pilot does have a great amount of firepower, sitting at 1,668 damage per second stock, so a really good amount of damage that you can output due to the 4 size 3 M5A laser cannons, and then the pilot also has 4 size 3 Arrestor 3 rockets and 4 size 2 Ignite 2 rockets, so you got a great payload. You're able to really send out any sort of damage and hopefully get out of there in time before dying. You also have a man turret on the rear of the ship housing 2 size 3 CF337 Panthers, which is also great. So if you have a friend, you can definitely have them man that gun and kind of keep an eye on most directions with this ship. There is a little bit of like a lip on the top of the ship that it kind of avoids you from being able to use that turret straight forward, but it does not kill most of the angle. It's a pretty good turret, good fire angles. I do appreciate that. It's always nice. Now, this ship, when you are getting attacked or you're attacking somebody, you do have to rely on the 3 size 2 shield generators, giving you 13,290 bubble shield, which is a pretty good amount. It's definitely not terrible. Having 3 shield generators is really nice. And then the ship has 31,600 ship health points, which honestly is pretty good, pretty high up there. I think the only ship that has a lot more in the competition between those ships is the C1 Spirit, sitting with like double that amount, but all the other competitors are sitting around this amount or less. So I really do like that this ship is able to take a hit before it needs to move on out. But let's talk about its ship speed. It sits at 197 SCM as a top speed with a 400 forward boost and a 205 backwards boost with a 1010 nav speed. It's definitely a lot slower than most of the other, ships in this class, and that's kind of too bad. Don't let those engines get taken out, first and foremost. And then second of all, try to always keep your guns on target. Now, taking a look, you do have a 32-32-105 pitch yaw roll. So also the maneuverability, not so hot. Definitely not the greatest maneuverability. I mean, she's not a huge ship, but aerodynamics in atmosphere, not great. And outside in space, not so well on its maneuverability either. It's not going to be the best at everything, right? But you do have quite a bit going for you. This ship is honestly my favorite ship and has been my favorite ship since the game hit the hangar module and, this ship was in there. Lots of differences between the two, though. Really quick, look at this cockpit. Now look at this cockpit. There's just so much. I'm so happy with the cockpit we have now. But the one entry point from the front landing gear was totally cool, and I kind of missed that. And if you don't want to know what I'm talking about, that right there is the front landing gear, what it used to be on this ship, and that was pretty cool. But moving on, this ship has 108 SCU hydrogen fuel and 1.2 SCU of quantum fuel. So it's able to make the Pyro to Stanton jump or the Stanton to Pyro jump, and it has quite a bit of hydrogen fuel, so you can run about and do tons of things planet side or in space or whatever you're doing, which is pretty nice. Now let's go ahead and hop into the back area here where the cargo and some smaller vehicles will sit. As you can see, there's been a bit of a change over the past, I'd say 6 months to a year, as they did do the components pass on the ship. Obviously, I still got hovering text, so they didn't do the gold standard pass, which is too bad, but they did do the components pass, which is nice. So all your components are currently available right here in the inside of the ship. On the right and left side, you can go ahead and open all this up. It is pretty nice. I do like that. Now, this cargo hold, most of it does sit right here when it carries 66 SCU of cargo. This is your main grid right here. And then if you were to go kind of towards the back here, you got a nice fire extinguisher. And then you have another cargo grid where you can stack a couple boxes going up right here with a entry point for the docking ring right there. Pretty interesting entry area, but I'll take it. You're going to have to turn off the gravity in the ship if you want to go ahead and exit through that. Now let's go ahead and proceed into the next area, which is the living quarters. And it's pretty nice living quarters. If you were to compare it to something like the Cutlass Black, you don't have a toilet or a wash station or kitchen inside of a Cutlass Black. You have all that here, which is really nice. I'm not going to stand in here for long, but this right here is your bathroom. Pretty nice. You can shower, go to the restroom, do what you need to do. Right behind you there is the kitchen area. You can make food. You know, you have towels available, all sorts of nice stuff. Go ahead and close that up. This is the second entry to the ship right here to like kind of towards the cockpit. This door would open up and you go ahead and go out the ladder. Right now it's bugged. It won't open from the inside. You can open it from the outside, or if you just, you know, use your keybind to open all doors, this will open up and then you'll be able to leave through that. So depending on the situation, you can do that, or just go through the back entry, the back exit entry area, which is also capable. Now you do have 4 beds here, which are also considered escape pods. As you can see, they're written on each one of them, bottom, top, bottom, top. Pretty nice. There's 4 of them. You can go ahead and hop in there and fear for your life as you go flying through the atmosphere of some moon or planet. And then if you walk through this door here, you do have your cockpit with 4 ready seats, the pilot seat, co-pilot seat, as well as 2 extra seats, probably kind of like an engineering station of some sort, and, you know, just a ride along, I guess. Because the turret in the back's manned. It's not going to be a remote turret, so definitely not sure why you have 4 seats here. This is a pretty small ship for such a big crew, but you know what? Maybe someday they'll remove 1 or 2 of these beds and seats and, you know, widen out the space just a little bit. Wow, that door just came out of nowhere. But looking at the cockpit here, it is pretty nice. I mean, it's a really nice view compared to, you know, the Starlancer has a much bigger dash to it, which is an interesting design choice. I wonder if they'll change that in the future, kind of hug it against the window like this. We'll see. But this one in the Freelancer looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and talk about my score on this ship. This ship, honestly, if you know you're asking me, it does quite a bit. You can go ahead and go out there and do, you know, a lot of hand mining. Fitting an ROC in here is a little bit tricky, and it's not a comfortable fit, but you could potentially put the ROC in here. You can carry smaller vehicles, do bunkers, do bounties, do all sorts of cargo runs. It's a great ship. It really is. And its EM rating isn't terrible. You know, it's about average for a ship this size. So, you know, just try to stay out of too sticky of a situation and you'll be totally fine. My rating is a 7.5 out of 10. It's a great ship and a great first ship for entering the category of bigger ships if you're just getting out of a starter craft. But, you know, like I said, there's a lot of competition out there from the Cutlass Black, the C1 Spirit, the Zeus, and this ship is an older one, so you got to decide what fits best for you. So let me know, what do you think of the base Freelancer down in the comments below? Do you own one, or is there a ship that you prefer over this one? Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to my channel members. You guys are all amazing, and I will see you guys in the next one.